Now, after finishing bottom of the Championship in May, who would have predicted Bristol City would find themselves bottom of League One nearly 6 months later? City, of course, notched up their first win in 22 games at Carlisle last week, hoping that would be the catalyst for a change in fortunes. Clem takes up the story with a visit of Oldham.
Whatever the pressure for a quick fix, Bristol City's decline has been long and lingering. Relegation and a 21-game overlapping run without a league win until last weekend may have taken the club to one of its lowest ebbs, but it hasn't been for want of trying. Since this one nearly reached the Premier League back in 2008, 4 managers and over £40 million worth of accumulated losses have been sucked in, chewed up and spat out.
It was always going to be a transition at time, and you know, as far back as June, I think I did an article with the local press saying, you know, there may be some more pain to come. I didn't think it was to be this bad though. But
must be horrible to find yourself in the middle of this kind of run, though. I mean, you know, how does it manifest itself in you? You sit there fretting, worrying all the time?
I think you do that when you win. Yeah, that's part and parcel of the job. I think the players have been really good. I think it's more about trying to make sure everybody understands what we're trying to do, and then people have got to buy into it. And if they buy into it, then the club can go places.
And everything will be better in the morning.
Well, your old man has quite clearly chucked a bob or two at this. He's passed the mantle on to you. The two of you must be flummoxed, aren't you?
Yeah, well, money doesn't always get you everywhere in football. It can get you, you know, most of the way at the top. But there's a lot of people after a few prizes, so you know, it never guarantees anything. And you know, we're in a stage now where we're looking to get something that's sustainable and build something that's successful long term.
You know, when you've got an owner that's spent the amount of money that Steve Lansdowne spent, and you are where you are, and that, you know, rather than pointing fingers, I think everybody's got to be culpable. The players, the staff, you know, behind the scenes.
And we're doing a lot of the right things, but you know, results on the pitch is what you're judged on straight away, and is the hardest thing to control. But I think we're doing enough things right that it's only a matter of time. So hopefully that's sooner rather than later.
I think that everything will be better in the morning.
This is a big challenge, you know, with a big city and a big club, and a great set of supporters. So hopefully you'd be given the time. But if you don't, you know, I started the same thing at Forest, you know, and you knew really that was going to, you know, either end in tears or. But we started the process, and I think we're trying to do the same thing here.
City's Bobby Reid missed a highly presentable opportunity early on, but their first half performance suggested they were well capable of following up their victory at Carlisle. And 9 minutes before the interval, J. Emmanuel Thomas put them in front. The hat-trick hero from last week linking neatly with Scott Wagstaff. And when Reid's cross came in from the left, he finished superbly. Now you expected the Robins to kill the game against a side who'd lost their last 6 in the league on the road, but they couldn't do it. And James Dayton buried a tidy equaliser to extend Bristol City's winless run at home to 11 league matches, a new, unenviable club record.
Sean, what are you not doing that would have made a difference in that game?
Yeah, passing the ball would have helped, wouldn't it? The performance wasn't good enough. That's probably the worst we've played all season, and we've walked off this pitch shaking our heads in disbelief that we haven't got anything out of games, and we walk out of this one really not deserving anything and getting a point.
And that must be so disheartening for Bristol City fans to hear from Sean O'Driscoll after claiming that, you know, elusive win last week and then putting their worst performance, arguably, of the season. They're taking 1 step forward, 10 steps back at the minute, aren't they?
They are. It's been difficult. There's no doubt about that. I mean, you can see how he wears his heart on his sleeve. He's honest. Yeah. He's a likeable man.
While it's creditable what he's doing or trying to do there,
yeah.
Is he trying to change too much too soon?
Well, he wants them to play football. You said, you know, we didn't pass the ball, and that's what Sean ultimately wants you to do. If he's the manager of your football club, then you will start to play from the back and pass all the way through, you know, from back to front. So he wants you to get the ball. He wants players to be brave. He wants people to be responsible on the ball. Yeah. When you are struggling, that finds people out very, very quickly, because people, that's when they don't want it and they don't want to take the hard option. So, you know, is he trying to change things too quickly? I don't know. Has he got the players to play the way he wants? You know, you'd like to think so, but at this stage, it's a difficult task, isn't it?
Our last look at League One now, and after successive defeats